It's time for a secret dump. This is the Endless Honeymoon Podcast.
Hey, I'm Natasha.
I'm Moshe, and Tosh.
Yeah.
There has been some listener feedback about your urinating trip to the Comedy Store.
That was embarrassing. When I realized that I'd said that on like live on a podcast, I kind of was embarrassed because I was like, I don't want people to know that I would just pee in a grate. But then I was like, who cares, right?
Yeah,
who cares about anything anymore?
Well, listen, we have 2 letters from our listeners giving their advice on how Natasha should approach urinating in public the next time the situation arises.
Okay, we have one here. Hi, Moshe and Natasha. I wanted to let Natasha know about pee style.
The pee style.
Which allows women to pee standing up. Okay, I already seen the infomercial for this. You like put this little like almost like an empty paper towel thing like on your up, like squeeze your pussy into it, and then you pee.
Is this copy from the ad from the infomercial? You put like an empty paper towel thing, you squeeze it in your pussy and pee.
New York accent?
Well, no, but that vibe was very New York. You just take the towel, you push it on your pushy, and you just pee. Let it go, baby.
Well, anyway, that's what these things are like, I think. Okay, let's see what they say. It's called the pee style, which allows women to pee standing up. She says, I love it, have gotten all my female friends and even older relatives on board with it. I've used it for years when hiking, when dealing with gross concert and stadium bathrooms. She lives quite a life. And porta-johns. She must be from somewhere weird.
Why? Because she says John's?
Porta-john.
Not porta-potty?
Yeah. I even keep a spare in the glove box for roadside pees.
Not a bad idea.
You can practice in the tub. Oh, okay. The first time so that you're comfortable using it in the wild. They sell cute carry cases too, and the prices are affordable. Thepeestyle.com. All right, well, let's look it up.
You know what? By the way,
Faye.
We do ads on this podcast, and I got to tell you, our buy rate, it's fucking high. It's extremely expensive.
Would you say yes to an ad
to advertise on this podcast? And this lady's email is our first free ad for the peestyle.com. She's also, just to finish her letter out, she says, love your stand-up and the podcast and your dogs. She seems pretty cool, this Faye.
Here's the thing, as a woman, it's like there are a lot of drips. Because I'm totally fine squatting. Because women were always wearing like underwear that you can very easily kind of move to the side. And if you kind of do that, and I
love the way that looks.
I taught my daughter if she pees outside, like when we're camping. Like
you just called her your daughter.
She pees.
Wait, that was a breakthrough.
My child.
There you go.
I say walk away from the pee. Like, I don't know, squatting, just sometimes she grabs 2 tree trunks and just like squats.
Have you tried the pee style?
But here's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have a vagina, so you don't know. Like, it's an absurd concept, but there is just so much vertical dripping.
Well, speaking of vaginas and not knowing what to do, I don't know. How are you supposed to wipe? Like, I never know if I'm wiping our kid enough or too much. What's the idea? I kind of just do a quick drip and go, swipe and go.
I think the idea with children is to teach them how to eventually do it themselves as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, wipe your butt.
Well, the butt, it's going to be years before the butt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's like a whole other situation.
Are they just going to start smelling like shit? How does like a 5-year-old know how to wipe their own butt?
They don't.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think of that.
You didn't?
Wait. All right.
Here's another letter, and this one is another suggestion. Do you like the idea of the pee style? Yes or no?
I don't.
You don't. Okay, well, let's see if you like this suggestion better.
I'm a squatter.
Hi. I'm an 18-year-old first-time voter and have recently had my sexual awakening to Joe Biden via Jim Carrey's weekly appearance on SNL. Kidding, she says. She's got a sense of humor. Love the show. My reason for writing in is this. My boyfriend and I recently started traveling cross-country via road trip because of the pan. Today, I tested out wearing Depends. He's an 18-year-old. And it was the best thing ever. I can freely drink water, pee when I need to, and instead of going into a gas station or rest stop, you just switch out the absorbent underwear and keep moving.
Wait, she's got to be joking.
Didn't seem like it, because otherwise we would, 1, be stopping all the time, and 2, risk getting the vid. Hope this helps. C. I mean, what? With her boyfriend, her lover is in the car while she's just urinating in her diapers?
Well, see, I told you that I would pee in a cup, and you were like, "What?" You were so grossed out by that.
I'm not grossed out by that.
I would pee in a cup instead of Depends.
But you got to choose
grossed
between the pee style or the Depends.
pee style.
What is wrong with this person?
Diapers.
She's wearing diapers? Get a pee style. ThePeeStyle.com.
Wait, maybe we should do ads for pee style.
Not Depends.
I didn't know. It's really hard being a woman. These are our options.
I mean, there's also squat and gobble.
It's squatting is you gotta like carry wipes.
Well, it is difficult. It is nice to be a man, especially as it pertains to peeing on the side of a road. And I don't envy you your choice, but it seems like it's obvious. It's the pee style for the win. Well,
in our backyard, we don't have a bathroom anywhere on that whole floor, so I'll sometimes just pee by the fence.
I've seen you do it.
Call it Piss Alley.
I will pee in a plant sometimes down here, so we've got that in common.
You pee in a plant?
I've peed in a plant.
See, it's so much cuter if a girl's squatting and peeing by her fence than if like a dude's peeing in a plant.
Why?
I don't know.
All right, well, listen. We're classic battle of the sexes. Who's cuter while peeing? We're not going to be able to solve it now, but what we could solve is our listeners' need for more secrets.
All right, let's listen.
Hi, Moshe. Hi, Natasha. I have a secret. I oftentimes go to online dating sites and I propose a scenario with girls I match with, and I try to do it in the most respectful terms as possible. But, you know, the premise of my proposal is I feel ashamed about it, and I guess if I were to just say it now, it would seem disrespectful, but I try to be respectful and polite, but I tell them that I'm only interested in casual hookups where they blow me and I do not reciprocate. And I like the idea of servitude, I guess. I don't know. And I don't particularly like giving oral sex to a woman. So I guess, I feel ashamed about this, so thought I'd call and tell you. Anyway, have a good one. I love both of you. Bye.
I had a one-night stand with a guy once who made me give him a blowjob 3 times, and he didn't do anything for me.
Why didn't you stop after the second one?
Because I was into him.
Oh, man.
I liked him.
3 times?
Yeah.
Well, he must have liked that good that you got going on.
Yeah, but I just think like I was interested in why did he say he did it? Because I always thought the guy maybe had a girlfriend and that wasn't considered cheating, or I wasn't sure. But now when he said that he likes servitude, my ears kind of perked up like, oh, is that what it is? I don't know.
Also, the dichotomy he was setting up was false. It's not I either go down on you or I don't pleasure you in any way. Like, ideally, yes, enjoy it. But it doesn't matter if you enjoy it. You're not just there for your own pleasure. It's just so selfish. But okay.
Also, there's a very special diet that you need to eat to make your pussy like taste really good.
Oh, is it Italian food?
No, but my friend was telling me that there was some book or someone wrote a book about
has to do with pineapple, I think.
I think it's like a lot of fruits and yogurt is good to eat.
Okay.
To make sure your vagina always smells good. I don't know. Sometimes I'm sure they smell bad.
Sure.
And maybe a guy like got a bad one and now it's like a bad oyster. And
Oh my God, Natasha, no. Listen, caller, you're ashamed of it because you're doing something selfish and you know it. I mean, I get that it's hot to be served. Obviously, there's something to that. Like, it's hot to be served. But you you gotta offer pleasure. Or I mean, there's a reason you feel guilty. It's because you know you're no shame. You can change tomorrow, but yeah, you gotta give
of
up.
yourself.
Give
That's
of yourself.
what life is about.
Your penance, my friend.
I have to remember that.
Your penance, O caller, is to go on to these dating sites for 1 full month and propose a scenario where you go down on them and get nothing in return.
Yes.
Only then will you have reached a moral balance. So
All
let
right.
it be said, so let it be done.
Let's hear another secret.
Hi, Natasha and Moshe. I'm a huge fan, and I'm leaving 5 secrets with you. I'm just going to rapid fire them. So, 1, I was in a relationship with my 55-year-old swim coach when I was 15, and I kept it a secret. 2, I had an abortion with that coach. 3, I got fired from a job when I was 16 and texted my boss's wife and told her that he was cheating on her. 4, I bought boob enhancement pills off of Craigslist when I was 14, and they might have worked. I'm not sure. But 5, I also posted my ex's number on Craigslist and advertised an invitation for a gay sex orgy. And I left it there for like an hour or so until I felt really bad. So those are my 5 secrets. Love you guys, and thank you.
I loved it. Each of them would have been enough. Dianu.
She kind of lost me at the swim teacher. I had a swim coach who kind of like flirted with the kids and
Really?
I don't know. The whole thing is like
Well, she gave
so
me,
depressing.
I'm sorry. We could change the subject by saying she gave me a good idea for revenge. That's a good. We've talked about revenge on the podcast before. That's a pretty good semi-victimless revenge tactic, to go to a Craigslist casual encounters type of situation and put the phone number of your enemy so that other people begin to call them. And there's a certain German Shepherd breeder that I might be getting a few calls about a gangbang. That, although knowing her, she's like a German Shepherd breeder. She'd probably be into it. She'd probably be like, oh, yeah, doggy style only. All right, let's hear another secret.
Hi guys, love the podcast. So, as every gay kid knows, you want to pick the female characters, but you can't because that's gay. So I would play computer games by myself, and I would always pick the female character. So I would play this religiously every day after school, and eventually somebody struck up a conversation with me, and we got into a relationship online. We even got married in the game. And after we got married, we exchanged account information, and he had a lot of really good items and a lot of money, so I basically robbed him. I logged onto his account, took all of his items, sold them, and took all of the money too, and then changed my account information, and he never logged back on after like a day or two. And I feel really bad about it. All right, just wanted to get that off my chest.
Now that's a secret.
Okay, when I was like in 7th grade, I might have said this before, but I remember my friend and I were staying at this woman's house, and it was like a friend of her mom's, and we just like stole her jewelry.
Really?
It's like we thought it was so funny. We were like 15.
What'd you do with it?
We just wore it. I don't know.
And
We
then
like
what?
stole like 2 things. I probably still have the piece. I don't know. But it was like
Natasha.
when I did that, I was like, oh, I don't do that. After I did it.
Why didn't you bring it back?
We didn't get that far because we were like, oh, this was so humiliating. We can't ever tell anybody we did this. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, it was like costume jewelry, but it was like.
You stole her costume jewelry?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little different.
Okay, it was her costume jewelry. But
It wasn't an heirloom.
No, but maybe it was from like the 70s when she went to Woodstock or something. I don't know. We just thought it was cool. And I was like, oh, I can't find this anywhere. I'm going to take it.
When I was...
Anyway, my point is, but I realized I would never do anything like that again.
And so you think that this guy who feels guilty like he got his shot at doing something wrong.
Yes.
And now he can move on and forgive
Yeah,
himself.
you don't want to steal money from people. That's just like...
Well, he didn't. He stole magical items from someone's online avatar and then sold those for money. Just so you know, understand. I
didn't quite understand.
Well, I did feel you glossing over when he started talking about the video game. I want to clarify. He was playing as a female character.
Right.
In a probably a massive multiplayer online role-playing game.
Oh my God.
Where you can interact with people. He fell in love with a man, or they started a relationship. The man fell in love with her, quote unquote. They got married in the game.
So he kind of catfished her.
That's right. Or no.
And he pretended he thought she was a woman. Even though it was
the catfish
guy.
thought that he was engaged with a woman when in fact it was a gay man playing as a woman. And I like that idea a lot, though, Natasha, that you get one piece of thievery in your life, and then after that you know it's not for you. And if you do it twice, which I did many times over, then you know you're a thief. And then you really have some splaining to do.
Yeah, the world was so exciting when I was young. I was just like, oh, we could if we can't buy something, let's steal it. I mean, you don't know anything yet.
I used to steal so much.
Yeah.
From my mom, my grandma, my stepfather. The worst thing I ever did, I still feel guilty about this, is I was piecemeal selling my stepfather's classical music CD collection. I would take enough to get weed. I'd take like 5 or 6. I would go sell and buy a 10 sack. 5 or 6, go sell and buy 10. And then eventually the CD collection started shrinking, and he noticed. And he was really sad and upset.
Oh, because he could probably never get those again.
They're Spotify now, baby. We're back. But yeah, I felt really bad about that for a long time.
Right, because we don't have jobs when we're young.
I
we're
know.
just like, how are we going to get things?
How am I supposed to be a drug addict? Do you want to do one more secret?
Sure.
Hi, Moshe and Natasha. I have a secret. I live with my partner. I'm gay. And my partner is really cute, and he's really hot. But he can be sometimes very too nice for when we're having sex. Well, he has a twin brother. His twin brother is straight, and I think he's really hot as well. And sometimes when we're having sex, I think of him. And I love your podcast. Thank you very much. Bye.
I mean, that is the most basic shit I have ever heard. If you're fantasizing about your partner, if your mind drifts from your partner, it's to his twin brother.
But didn't he have an issue with the partner at the top?
He's a little too nice during sex. He's a little too vanilla, it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, buddy, let your fantasy roam free. Go further.
Hey, you know what? Try to fuck his brother.
I mean, don't do that.
Just kidding.
But that is so funny to be fantasizing about the DNA exact match. Well, it must mean you're really in love. Like your fantasy life can't even go beyond the DNA of your partner.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, all right. You know what? This became a sweet story in the end. Natasha, I never fantasize about any of your family members during sex. Johnny Legs will pop in there once in a while. Your dad.
Okay, that's good.
I'll just think, hey, it's cannoli.
All right, Moshe. Well, I have to go.
You have to go?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I want to watch a documentary.
About what? What are we watching? We've been watching the Frank Sinatra documentary. Which was really good.
Good, but I want to watch the Greta, Thunberg. What's her name?
Thunberg.
Yeah, I want to watch that
The
documentary.
Greta Thunberg documentary is coming, and I'm going to watch the pilot of Veronica Mars. We'll tell you all about it on the next secret dump of the Endless Honeymoon podcast. And Tosh?
Yeah?
I love you.
I love you too.